I bet you've listened to a podcast, watched a video, or read something on how to plan effectively. I know I've done this dozens of times. In all the times I've done this, I've never seen a planning system I've used for years. Now, I call this process the Stage 2 planning process. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. You know, too often I see people come up with a plan that involves figuring out what they want to do and then immediately moving into how it's going to be done. Now, there's a giant flaw with this methodology. You might have a great plan that will bring you to an outcome you're not interested in obtaining. And that happens when you go from what you want to do to how you're going to do it. So instead, I'm going to show you a simple 5-step process that will help your planning by helping you get what you want and get the thing that will provide you with real value. Hi, I'm Josh Patrick, the founder of Stage 2 Planning Partners, the sustainable business, and I'm also the one who's responsible for putting together our Cracking the Cash Flow Code program, as well as the author of Sustainable, a fable about creating a personally and economically sustainable business. So let's get started. You know, I always start with what is a postulate. You know, when I say this is what I want to do, it sometimes is what I really want to do, and sometimes something I don't really want to do. And by starting with a what and making it into a postulate, I'm not putting myself into a box and saying, this is what I need to do. Because step 2 is why I want to do this. Now, when I say why, I don't ask myself why just once. I always ask myself why at least 5 times, so I dig down into that core reason. And after I get a good why for what I want to do this, I go back and I revisit what. You know, I once had a client where she was thinking about buying a new business, buying somebody else's business. And I said, you know, before we go down this road, let's do a little thinking about this. So I said, okay, what is it that you want to do? And she says, well, I want to buy a business. And I said, well, why do you want to do this? And she went through a bunch of reasons why she wanted to do it. But at the end of the day, the why she wanted to do it was she needed to get her business to a certain level so she could buy effectively. So I said to her, I said, you know, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying. Let's go back and take a look at that what again. And that what again, we went through that and we realized after we really went back and looked at the why and related to what she wanted to accomplish was building business by buying another practice was actually a riskier move than trying to grow the business through organic growth to the size that she needed to have it done. Now, had she just gone from what into how, there's a really good possibility that she would have made a giant mistake that would have really cost her a lot of money along the way. Instead, she had a more effective manner that she felt a lot more comfortable about. So once we go into what, dig down on why, go back and look at what again to get the right what, then we have the next step we move to, which is who is going to help you. Now, my experiences with getting things done well or having a project that goes well, it's never only me. There's always people that are going to help me along the way. So I need to put together a list of who's going to be on my team, and I need to do that so I know what roles they're going to be playing, and I need to do that before I get to step 5, which is how are we going to do it? Now, you remember we started out with saying most people go from what to how. We've done what, we've dug down on why, we've gone back and revisited what to make sure it's the right thing to be doing. We said who needs to be on the team to get this done. Now we're ready to get to the how and how we're going to go about doing this. Now, by using the Stage 2 planning process, it's going to help you do the right thing for the right reason. So I hope you've used this methodology and realize again, you start with what, we dig down on why, we go back and revisit to make sure that we have the right thing that we want to be doing. We then say who needs to be on our team, and then finally we get down to how we're going to get there. So why don't you scroll down, leave a comment below, and while you're at it, why don't you download our ebook on strategic marketing? I bet you're going to get some great ideas from that ebook. And this is Josh Patrick. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope to see you back here again really soon.